This is S-4! Sit back, relax, and keep your eyes to the skies.
Hey, greetings folks, and welcome to S-4, where we talk about the serious issues involving paranormal and current events, and soon to be a whole hell of a lot more topics. Coming to you live from the S-4 headquarters in the heart of the Cascade Mountains in our studio here in Cape Horn, Concrete, Washington. Alrighty then. So, happy Mother's Day, everyone. If you're a mother, obviously. So tonight, May 9th, happy Mother's Day. Today is the day we recognize our mothers. And where did this day come from? We have recognized motherhood since the beginning of birth in one way or another. The pains of birthing have always brought on awe, and tonight we're going to look at some of the more paranormal mothers. And some other things that we do want to bring up. So we aren't going to have a show for Memorial Day weekend because, well, we're camping. And we're celebrating Memorial Day. And I just wanted to address this now, because actually next week's roundtable, the week after that, we have our exclusive show where we're going to talk about select serial killers and how did paranormal convince them to kill. So that's going to be a fun show. We're going to have a lot more fun shows like that. And, so when I do promos every weekend before the show, I get invited to new groups on Facebook to do the promos in their groups, and it's always fun to see new people. So thank you to our listeners in Mumbai, India. You actually, you folks actually made the number 9 city. So we have a top 10 list of the top 10 cities that listen to the show each week. Well, each day actually, it changes. And Buenos Aires, Argentina, you are number 2. Mumbai, India, you guys are number 9. So thank you for listening. Again, we love our listeners. If you guys have any topics you want to hear us ramble about, by all means, let us know. We love doing the research. So for our local listeners, this week's going to be crazy. I will be doing an extra role in a movie in Seattle. It's going to be hectic. If you live in the Seattle area, you probably already know about it. I'm not at liberty to talk a whole lot about it anyway. I was kind of told. It just... Look for a movie named Kimi. K-I-M-I. It'll be released probably in the next year.
On Pornhub. No.
No. Oh, hell no. Boy, I'm going to smack you.
Oh, my God.
And yes, Tim, serial killers. Lucky Charms killers are the worst, I think. Yeah, Lucky
like
Charms.
Like the little leprechaun?
Frosted Flakes. Yeah, can you imagine a leprechaun with a knife? Wait, that was a movie too.
Oh my God, the Frosted Flakes guy would be way scarier. He'd just be like
Who would
stabbing
win?
you,
The
and
trick's
he'd be
funny.
like, "You're great."
The trick's bunny, because
Right?
you know how much repressed anger is in there?
Tricks
Yeah.
versus Tony the Tiger.
Because he hasn't been able to have that cereal in how many years?
Right?
Oh,
Right.
oh. Tricks versus
magically
Tony the Tiger.
delicious.
Oh, the tiger always eats the rabbit. Oh, it'd be fine.
Oh, so where did Mother's Day come from? So obviously we know, mothers have been revered since the beginning of humankind.
And they should be. Just saying.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But the commercialization didn't start until the 19th century. So let's see, a woman named Anna Jarvis started a campaign for an official holiday honoring mothers in 1905, the year her own mother died. So, but before that, the first larger scale celebration of this holiday was in 1908, when Jarvis held a public memorial for her mother in her hometown of Grafton, West Virginia. So over the next few years, Jarvis pushed to have the holiday officially recognized, and it was celebrated increasingly in more and more states around the United States. And finally, in 1914, President Woodrow Wilson signed a proclamation making Mother's Day an official holiday, to take place the second Sunday in May. Now, before that, we have Mama Jarvis. And so it's going to be confused the hell out of me, too. So, because they were both, her mother, I believe, was a nurse in the Army Corps. So Mama Jarvis, also known as Anne Reeves Jarvis, the mother of Anna Jarvis, the one who actually got recognized, cared for wounded soldiers on both sides of the field during the Civil War.
Oh, cool.
And in its aftermath, she organized a Mother's Friendship Day, the goal of which was to foster reconciliation between former Union and Confederate soldiers by having them come together along with mothers from both sides. With the senior Jarvis's lifelong focus on caring for children and promoting peace, it's no wonder her daughter fought for a day just for moms. So at around the same time, Anne Reeves Jarvis was working with mothers in the spirit of peace. Julia Ward Howe, another activist, as well as abolitionist and suffragette, worked to have June 2nd be celebrated as Mother's Peace Day, and wrote a Mother's Day proclamation calling on mothers to work towards world peace. So, these women and others were responsible for the precursors to Mother's Day in American culture, but celebrations of motherhood go back deeper than that. We're going to get a lot more into detail with that. Kayla actually did a lot of research for tonight's show. So, but such celebrations sometimes involve the worship of a mother deity, such as the goddess Isis in ancient Egypt, or Cybele and Rhea in ancient Greece. In other cases, celebrations were tangentially about mothers. Mothering Sunday in the United Kingdom, for example, was originally dedicated to the Mother Church, but was later broadened to honor human mothers too. In 2017, the expected total spending for Mother's Day in the United States is $23.6 billion.
Cheap bastards.
That was in 2017. That's an average of $186.39 per shopper. In the 14 years the National Retail Federation had conducted the Mother's Day spending survey, that's the highest amount yet. And that says, I'm sure it's higher than that for 2021. Mother's Day marks the highest phone traffic of the year in the United States. So,
Yeah, I talked to my mom for a good hour and a half this morning.
well, we didn't. Well, I talked to my mom for about 10 minutes and said, okay, we're on our way. So, yeah. But it kind of sucked because they both have COVID, and so it was a porch visit.
It happens.
It happens. It does. We gave them pictures. So, origins of Mother's Day is, so, before the Jarvises, you can look back in the Bible. The Bible honors women. We were talking about this before the show, but the Quran, I do believe, honors women as well. The Hindu religion, the Buddhists.
Ganesh.
Huh?
Oh, I was just being me.
Even in our own pagan religions, the mother figure is cherished and is seen in a not royal, but honored role. Honored role.
Okay.
What do you think about Bigfoot?
What do I think about Bigfoot? Like,
Do you think Bigfoot honors the female Bigfoot?
I think that, they should, if they don't. But I
Kind of judgy, aren't you?
I am gonna be judgy. It's my day, whatever. No.
Well, so again, like we were talking before the show, when you look at the animal kingdom in general, whether Bigfoot is part of the animal kingdom or supernatural, either way, we know from researchers and experiencers that have experienced Bigfoot, they're very protective. Mm-hmm. Now, we don't know if it's protective over just territory, if it's protective because they have kin, if it's protective because maybe they have a female with them. You don't know.
Yeah.
But when you look at the female aspect of the animal kingdom, you don't mess with the mama bear.
Well, I mean, like, what if they're kind of like lions, and maybe the female Bigfoot is the provider, like, is the hunter?
Could be.
I mean,
what's your thoughts, Arnold? You're awful quiet over there.
Okay, I was just reading up on some stuff about tonight. For that, if you look back at, like Haley was just saying, the female being the provider, the protector type thing, in the world where tigers and stuff, it's the females that go out and hunt and stuff. The male will be back to protect and stuff, but it's the female going out to bring in stuff and hunt most of the time. So I think the male, he would protect his female Bigfoot.
Makes sense.
If she's going out and providing, if she's the one going out and providing the meal and bringing back the stuff to eat or whatever, and he's just there to protect where they are and be aggressive or like people coming around and stuff like that. Yeah, I could see that.
Right.
I wonder if they go to like Lowe's or Home Depot and buy a big amount of flowers and give it to their mother as well.
For real? Bigfoot?
Hey.
After they get
baptized.
Right.
Honestly, you look in the forest at the flowers that are already. They don't need to go to Lowe's. They got the Easter lily in the woods.
Oh, come on! You know that there is some. Okay, if Bigfoot is anything like humans, you know that there is one sitting there going, "Oh shit! I totally forgot," and they are scrambling through the woods trying to pick the last 2 berries.
Yeah, because some dumbass talking monkey went out and got the last ones of them. I see Bigfoot going, huckleberry. There you go.
Here you go, mama. I can see it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God. Cole's about to have a heart attack over here.
Got some issues.
Yeah, kids, we give huckleberries to mama in bed. Yeah.
She hibernate too long.
Frick, that's what you're getting next year.
Huckleberries in bed?
Yeah.
Dude, I will take.
We're just gonna toss them at you.
Not like that. Oh my god. That'd be so gross. You just wake up covered in huckleberry.
I'm not even going to touch that one. Anyway. Yeah, so
that's on Pornhub too.
So I got up this morning and we made Izzy breakfast in bed. Anthony and I took it to mommy in bed. I had the kids make their mama, Mother's Day cards last night. We're just last minute.
Last minute Mother's Day.
We're a last minute family. That's just the way we roll. But it's still, the ink was still fresh and everything.
What did we do? I went to work. Sorry. I went to work, and I work. So I picked up a little part-time job during the off season of the taxes, and so I work in the flower center.
Oh wait, we gotta give a real quick plug. If you haven't done your taxes yet, Red Rover Taxes has one more week.
Yes,
Get
come
your taxes in.
Get your taxes done. So I work in the flower center, and holy crap, there is a lot of last minute families out there.
We saw them all today. What are you talking about? We went to Dairy Queen, and they're all there. The whole Lowe's parking lot was full. And they were all buying flowers. Like, oh my God! I thought I was last minute.
That's what I'm telling you. I could not stock those shelves fast enough. I turned around. I put the flowers down. I turned, and somebody's grabbing them and throwing them in their cart. And they're like, "Do you have any of these?"
If you didn't see them disappear, that was Bigfoot taking them.
Mm-hmm.
I was done
Insane.
by Thursday.
Insane.
Huh?
I know. You know,
Well, most
my
people do.
kids actually, they all put their money and they got me a really nice fuchsia hanging basket. So.
Did they get you an S4 apron?
They did not give me an S4.
What?
Cole says it's made of boyfriend material, so I don't need it.
Especially
So-
not from your own kids.
I'm already married.
This ain't Alabama.
So this is your last week also for that as well. The S4 store is closing down off the website. So if you still want to go to the S4 store and get your last minute S4 merchandise, www.s4radio.com and go to the store because we are taking it down and we are making our own merchandise that will be for sale, at the fair?
Fair.
But yeah, until then, it's www.s-4.com.
Look at you guys
what
getting
you
that
do,
plug in there. That's awesome.
Yeah, we had to.
Like, ooh,
Oh.
I'll sneak this in here.
Oh. So, a point I wanted to bring up, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, the celebratory
Mafa.
holidays.
Yeah, don't forget about Mafa.
Yeah, you can't forget about Mafa.
What the hell's that?
Hashtag Mafa, dude. It's between Mother's and Father's Day for those step parents who don't want to take away from the original parent.
Okay. I ain't never heard that one. Okay.
So, for Candace, our sister,
Right.
Happy
Okay,
Mafa
I got
next
you.
week.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
happy Mafa to you, Miss Candace.
So, celebratory days like today is more of a positive energy.
Good vibes.
I wasn't going to go that route, but
Oh, sorry.
more of a, do you think these specific days have less paranormal activity than
fuck no.
I think
No
they have
list?
more.
Absolutely, yeah. There's no way July 4th doesn't have a lot of paranormal activity, especially in this country. Think of how many people
Exactly.
die with fireworks that day.
4th of July? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, and I would think that with Mother's Day that passed over mothers come back to visit
Yes, I
the
guess
grandkids.
all the people
Yeah.
that died in like the like making the country. Yeah, they probably like that day too. But for most of the people who died with fireworks, just
They're
saying.
going to come back angry.
Huh?
They're gonna blow shit up.
Right?
They're coming back looking for the boom.
Here comes.
So they're just sitting there staring up at the sky.
Well, how many of them do you think come back to warn others? Hey, the boom killed us.
I don't think so. I think they're more vengeful. I think that
You think so?
that's when that mortar accidentally gets stuck in the tube. One of them is holding their hand over it, going, "Yeah, check this out."
Or knocking over the tube.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. You gonna
You think
join
that
us on the
sparkler
other
is
side?
safe? Check your foot out.
Oh God.
So actually, August 6th is the day where they're going to come back and tell us they were died by the boom.
August 6th?
Yes,
Why?
that's Hiroshima.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got
They
you.
died by the boom.
Yeah.
Ooh, big bada boom.
Yeah.
Bada boom. Big bada
Big
boom.
boom.
Yeah.
That's just
No, I like. Again, in my personal opinion, the veil doesn't thin at any point in the year at all. I think we have the same amount of activity every time. And
Right.
I think it's a choice for them of whether they come over and for the ones that have left already.
There's a big fight within the paranormal community about the veil.
Fight me, people.
And I would agree with you on that. I don't think there's really and even in the pagan community has the thinning veil belief as well. But I am more one with it's your own perception, your own energy that actually brings things across. Especially, say, at Halloween or Samhain.
And saying you can see more things at those times of year, that's because you're trying harder at those times of year.
Possible.
Right.
Tryhards.
Yeah.
Possible.
I don't know. Because honestly, I think that there are specific times where, not necessarily the veil itself thins, but I think there are specific times where more spirits come through, just because of the fact that that is a monumentous occasion for that family.
Right.
So I do believe that more spirits come through around Christmas time. I also believe that more spirits come through around holidays.
Well,
around
what about
different...
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, I think Thanksgiving's a big one for people.
So I'm
More-
not
The
saying...
more modern Thanksgiving is not
Yeah.
the original, obviously.
Well, yeah, so I'm not saying that the veil necessarily thins, but I do believe that there's more traffic coming through it during major get-togethers.
During family-oriented holidays.
During family-oriented holidays.
Yeah.
All right, experiment time. We stop Kayla's heart. She tells us how thin it is.
Well, if
The
you,
left one
I
or
think
the right
like
one?
at Thanksgiving where people set a chair and an empty plate for the person that's passed on, I think that's just more like calling them back at that point as well, saying, hey, we're going to leave a spot for you at the table.
And you put a proximity meter, and if it goes off, then hey, Uncle Bob is there.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. I think we do a little bit of different Thanksgiving because my hands are flying. That proximity meter would be going off all the time.
Uh-huh.
Like, whoever can get to that bun first gets it. So,
That's when the knives come out.
right?
Yeah.
Oh man. And then there's more empty seats next year. So Arnold, I wanted to ask you,
Okay.
because you've been a park ranger there for so many years,
Okay.
have you ever actually encountered like an animal that was a mother trying to protect its young? Like,
Yeah.
have you ever walked
Yes.
up on that? And how did that go?
No,
for
they've-
you?
I had a mother bear come up. I was working in the state park and checking a well that checked water level for saturation, and I felt something. I said that told me to stand up and look around. And as I stood up, I seen a mother bear charging up the hill towards me,
Oh, that's scary.
and I exited stage left, and it went stage right. And I later found out that her cubs were up on the hill further above me.
Oh, you're between them.
Yeah, and I didn't know that
Yep.
until later. But yeah, she was coming, and when I stood up, but I found that out like a day and a half, 2 days later. That yeah, that's a mama bear, and she has two cubs, and the cubs usually stay higher up on the hill while she goes down to feed or get food. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've been around where yeah, like even deer in the park when they have their young will yeah try.
Huh.
Arnold, I think we lost you.
I think he exited stage
You
right.
didn't.
Hello?
I think
Hey,
you-
I'm back. I'm
There you
back.
go. There you are.
You
Stop.
muted
Well, it started
yourself.
crackling, and I was like, all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm gone.
Stop playing with buttons.
I'm not even touching my computer. But no, I think that the worst one was the bear that I was in between. But yeah, she was ready to protect what she had.
Oh. See, that would be terrifying. I couldn't imagine being in between a mother bear and her cubs.
No.
Whew.
And then knowing that you have in the following week you were going to have to go back down to that same area and do the same type of work, and knowing that she's around there, yeah.
Oh, right. Oh.
Do you
Do you
know?
get hazard pay for that?
Nope.
Oh.
Do you know what my favorite question to ask any park ranger is, Arnold?
What?
You ever had a squirrel walk up and show you his nuts?
No, but I had a female squirrel sit up and show me her teats.
For some action.
Oh.
So if a tree falls in the woods, do the squirrels grab their nuts and run?
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Oh.
But
Happy Mother's Day.
Hey, what happens in the woods stays in the woods, man.
Right? Right.
Oh, man. I wonder if Bigfoots have, like, Bigfoot Vegas. Like, there's one area where they're like, oh, you don't want to go there, man.
I bet they don't have shootings.
California. It's on fire all the time.
Oh man, like they hand out little porn flits. Here you go.
Pamphlets? You mean
Oh
pamphlets?
my god.
Yes, sure.
Wow.
Okay then.
Wow, that one went from Mother's Day to.
Oh, holy
Kayla making Bigfoot porn. Jesus.
Hey, you know what? I bet that would sell.
That's why they turned the game cams off. I'm telling you.
Uh-huh. They're like, oh, you ain't putting my video up there.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Now I know what I need to leave at the gifting site.
Yeah, condoms.
No, they get those. They get the YouTube button for making them up.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no.
Okay, so what paranormal mothers do you have for us tonight?
Well, I'm going to start out with the
Gorilla?
Greek. I'm
Oh,
going,
the Greek,
I'm going
okay.
to the Greek.
Okay.
And I'm going with Gaia. Okay, so Gaia, or Mother Earth, gave birth to Uranus, and then when... Okay.
Sorry.
Uranus is the god of the sky, is the sky.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's not laugh about this.
It's got rings.
It's a cold, gassy place. Okay. So,
I'm helpful.
and then Gaia and Uranus got together, and they had the Titans. Okay. What? Gosh, you guys are terrible. Okay. They had the Titans, they had the Cyclops, they had the Giants, and they had Pontus. And Pontus is the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So, in Greek mythology, the Titans, the Cyclopses, and the Giants all lived within Gaia.
Mm-hmm.
Because back then, the sky was touching the earth, so there was nowhere for them to go. Nowhere for them to go free. They couldn't go on the earth. So they stayed inside the earth. Then there was this big fight between Uranus and Gaia, and he backed away into the sky further. So it created space for the Titans, the Giants, and the Cyclopses to come out.
Would you say it was an explosive fight?
Actually, in the actual legend, he goes to mate with her, and his junk gets chopped off, and that's why he...
Well, it's just
Didn't NASA name one of their rockets the Titan?
There's a moon named Titan.
No. I believe SpaceX has the Titan.
Okay. I knew I had heard it in relation to a rocket that was going up, and I find it interesting, the correlation.
Okay. So, yeah, like, Gaia is Mother Earth. She's Earth Goddess. So, she would be like the original mama. And then we're going to talk about who?
Mary.
Mary, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyways. Grill.
Grill.
Grawl.
Mm-hmm.
Grawl. Okay. Grawl is from Iceland. It's an Icelandic. And she is an ogre, like mixed with an animal, is basically what she looks like. And she is the mother of 13 children. And we all know those 13 children is the Yule Lads.
The Yule Lads. Yep.
And
For those that want to hear more about the Yule Lads, and Grill, actually, because I think we talked a little bit about Grill, didn't we?
A little bit.
During the Yule show. And that's back in December, and of course we'll talk about Yule Lads and Grill some more coming up in December.
So, the horrible thing about this, okay, besides, like, Gaia, most of the mothers in the paranormal that I've found were, like, terrible mothers, okay? And that's why they're who they are. So, like, the woman in white, is... Well, the story of the woman... Okay. So the story of the woman in white is the fact that she drowned her children because she went insane because her husband was cheating on her. So she drowned her children, and then she killed herself, and now she stalks men who are married and tries to get them to cheat with her, and if they do, she'll bring them back to her house, and she'll kill them for doing the same thing that her husband did, and like all of this stuff. So
would you you know, you have two sides to that. Would you see her as a hero for getting rid of the assholes, basically, or would you see her as a villain?
I'd see her as a villain. I mean, honestly, you don't just go around killing people. I don't really.
But she's a spirit.
Yeah, but still, man. I mean, people make mistakes.
You can't put spirits in prison.
You can't just kill the person.
Why?
What? Why? Okay. So you're just gonna go around as a vengeful spirit killing off people?
Yeah, spirit. Sure.
Oh my god. Okay.
But
yes, they're assholes, Joe.
I can say assholes. See?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
I learned that in 5th grade.
Right? Alright, who else you got? The Pawnee?
What? Oh, no, I was gonna... Okay. I am so terrible. I'm sorry, guys. My brain is not really here today, and I think it's because it's Mother's Day, and I'm like, oh, God. Okay, anyways, so there is a fable, and I know that, like, pretty much everybody has heard of the mother in the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there was an old woman who lived in a shoe, had so many children, she didn't know what to do.
Are you talking about Grill? The correlation with Grill?
Yes. So, I think, personally, that the Ogress Grill is the old lady that lived in a shoe. Like, I think that's...
And that would be a cultural, cultural tie.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Ew.
And Joe in the chat room is saying, yeah, had so many children, her uterus fell out. Absolutely.
It said, screw this shit, I'm out of here.
Yeah, you're done
That was
having
the last
kids, woman.
one.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
I feel for you, lady. I feel for you. I'm sorry. My brain is broken.
You've been around too many flowers and the Fae messed with your head.
I swear to God. What?
Your births weren't that bad. I was there. We even got time to stop at Walmart. So
It's Walmart. You won't blame it on Walmart.
Oh my God. Don't even. No. I'm done with this. And here, you go. You say your stuff.
So I'm going to be talking about, of course, St. Mary. St. Mary was venerated in early Christianity and is considered by millions to be the most meritorious saint of the religion. The Catholic Church holds distinctive Marian dogmas naming her status as the Mother of God, her Immaculate Conception, and her perpetual virginity, and her Assumption into heaven. She's considered the patronage of all humanity, as well as groups that include mothers, blood donors, travelers, and those who work in the travel industry. Cooks, and those who work in the food industry, construction workers, people who make clothes, jewelry, and home goods. No, Joe, she was born in the electronics section. I don't stick in the houseware section.
It's not funny.
It's
not
a little
funny at all. That was funny. You guys were horrible.
Mary by the Catholic Church is considered to be not only the mother of our living God, but also the mother of our protective souls. Jesus, of course, died for our sins. He died so that we may continue to sin, supposedly. I think that's what he meant. But Mary was
Catholic.
Mary was his first disciple. She is one of the unnamed disciples. She's
What
not
about
one of the two.
Lilith?
Huh?
What about Lilith?
Lilith was Adam's
Why would Lilith
wife.
be a
Right.
disciple of Jesus?
She wouldn't be.
She was
Jesus'
dead by
disciple.
then.
No, she wasn't.
But she was supposed to be Adam's first
How
wife.
was she not dead by then?
Because she is she's immortal.
Just
dude.
because you saw her in Supernatural does not mean it was true. Okay?
No, I saw her Lucifer. Hey.
Oh my god. Lilith is immortal. She cannot die. That is her curse upon
Really?
the
Go
earth.
get it. Show me.
I can't pull Lilith out my ass. What do you...
Oh, but you can pull it out of Uranus, huh?
Jesus. Okay. Oh.
No, Auntie Lilith.
Auntie Lilith. Yeah. The mother of the demons.
Jesus
Oh.
is here? Oh, God.
So, although Jesus only had 12 disciples,
Jesus.
Grilled Jesus.
Grilled Jesus.
Although he only had 12 disciples that were named, Mary was considered his first and foremost because she took care of him for the, 33 years
up
before
until he got
he was
crucified.
able to understand that he was the Son of God.
Well,
So,
wrong Mary. I was thinking Magdalene and... okay, my bad. My bad.
that's Jesus' hope.
There's too many Marys.
You got some problems.
Poor Joseph.
What do you mean?
I mean, how can you live up to having sex with God? Like, you...
It was immaculate.
It was immaculate. There was no sex.
That's... that sucks. Okay. I'm sorry. But, Jesus.
That was the product, yes.
1 minute show.
Jesus.
Huh?
30-second show. Oh,
What
anyway.
about Eve, man? Eve was like the mother of Earth. Like, I mean, honestly, if you go off of Bible, off of the
All that bitch
Bible-
did was steal a rib.
No, she also
And
gave
ate
you
an
an
apple.
apple.
Yeah, the horrible. All her fault. What?
Okay.
Oh. Absolutely, Joe. Joe says immaculate means no cleanup afterwards, and yeah.
Oh
Yep.
no. But,
They didn't have Lysol back then, Caleb.
Oh, this show is not going on terrestrial radio.
Am I?
No, no.
oh God. I mean, no.
Sundays at 9 a.m.
Oh, no.
Listen to it in a local superstore near you. Shit.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Oh.
To all the little Uraniusons.
Shit. You know,
Oh.
I just can't. I can't be around you right now. I'm sorry. I got the giggles. I can't. I want
What's the native mama?
native mama?
It's okay. We have another show that listens to us for that. They're giggling too right about now.
Atira. Atira is the native mama.
Attila?
No,
The
not
Hun?
Attila the Hun. Oh, well. Shit.
So
Wrong continent.
that actually brings up the bad mamas in the second hour.
No, okay. She's manifestation of corn. There. That's what she is.
That's pretty corny.
She's corn.
Hmm?
Arnold! Save us, Arnold.
Do you
Say
have
something.
So
Well,
with
okay, I was just scrolling through some stuff that what different countries do for Mother's Day, and one kind of got me, kind of chuckled. Yugoslavia. They observe Mother's Day in December, and the children sneak into their mother's bedroom, and tie her up in bed. When she awakes, she promises to give the children gifts, and that she has hidden in order to be untied.
That sounds like Children's Day, not Mother's Day. What the hell?
Okay, whoa. They tie her to a bed?
Yeah, they tie her to the bed. In the bed, when she wakes, she promises to give the children gifts that she has hidden in order to be untied.
Wow.
I'm so glad that doesn't happen here.
I'm not even good. Yeah.
Breakfast in bed is cool, but being tied up in bed, well, okay.
Joe says, who's the broad on top of the United States Capitol?
The Statue of Liberty?
They moved that to the Capitol, Kayla?
I don't.
I sure just
That's a lot. Like, that was a big crane. Right.
yeah.
Is she the mom of the United States? That's a good point. The one on top of the Capitol, I believe, is Lady Justice.
Isn't it Blind Justice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And no, she would be more like the
I
mother
don't know. I
of,
can't remember the first lady's name
our
right
legal
now, so.
system.
Well, to be honest,
She's at the top, so.
Biden's wife?
Well, yeah.
Melania
Jill.
was kind of
Jill
pushed away.
Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't see. Honestly, I think the most prominent female figure at the beginning of Washington, the one that made Betsy Ross.
Martha Washington?
No, Betsy. So Martha Washington. No, Betsy Ross.
She made the flag, right?
Right. And honestly, historically, I would personally see Betsy Ross more as the most prominent feminine figure.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Jackie O.
I'm sitting here thinking. Yeah, I would go with Betsy Ross as far as. I mean, she didn't create the United States. Obviously, she wasn't the first female figure.
No, the
But
Queen of England
historically,
was.
oh hell no.
I mean, technically,
right? Well,
she
yeah,
was the
technically.
first.
But as far as the 13 colonies,
What? Yeah.
Mother Earth symbol. So yes, folks, we are reading in the chat room. More like the Mother Earth symbol. I wouldn't see it as the mother of the United States, though.
Okay.
What?
Huh?
So just like going through Google and everything, did you guys know that there is a paranormal group out there called the Paranormal Moms Society?
No.
No.
What's the acronym?
PMS. Oh, man.
Those are some funny ladies. They're in Illinois.
Oh, cool.
So here's S4 saying hi to the Paranormal Moms Society.
Hi, moms.
Hi, moms.
Hi,
They've
Paranormal
been
Mamas.
up and running since 2007.
Hey,
Not
that's
bad.
not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad at all. That's they've been around for 13 years if they're still active.
Mm-hmm.
And they are.
Are they?
Yeah. And they have quite a few members. They have an author that works with them. And she
Cool.
writes stories about their investigations and stuff and makes them into books.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Brought to you by the Paranormal Moms Society. That's awesome.
Someone will have
Brought
to
to
reach
you
out
by
to
the
them.
MS.
Shit.
We'll have to reach out to them. Have them on the show.
Depends on the time of the month.
Maybe next Mother's
You had to go there, didn't you?
No, we're having them on the show, period.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Lordy,
For our
Lordy.
first break.
So it would have been Martha Washington would have been the
She chopped
Founding
down
mother.
the cherry tree, right?
Huh?
Martha Washington
no,
would have been the
Martha.
founding mother of the U.S.
Well, and that would make sense because she would be the first lady.
Yeah, because George Washington was the father.
Right.
She probably took credit for the cherry tree, though.
I can see it.
Probably. Yeah.
She fashioned some teeth out of it and gave them to George.
Oh. Along with the first condom.
Sheepskin!
Oh my God.
So, okay. So do we think that, like, all of these cryptids that are out there, and I'm talking like Goat Man, I mean like Dog Man, there's a lot of men. Okay.
I always thought that was kind of awkward. Do they have a female aspect to them?
No.
Yeah, and that's
Not
what
a
I'm
lot.
saying.
There's a reason for that.
So then how do they procreate?
And to me, it's kind of wrong. Because the way it's always actually viewed by psychologists with that is that men are always the ones who are going to get themselves in situations where they get the disease, they get the, they open up the frickin' box, they do something wrong to turn them into that creature.
Okay, whoa. So we're saying
But like,
that they turn
Eve was the first one to screw up. So
Dracula's actually a chick?
well, there is still rumor that Bram Stoker was a chick, so it's possible. Answer in S4 chat message. You're talking in the S4 chat message. Oh wait, no, that. I'm so confused. On top of the building sits a female figure statue with flowing hair, wearing a helmet and an eagle's head on the crest, known as the Statue of Freedom.
Really? I guess I don't know enough about history because I didn't know there was an Eagle Christ statue thing.
It was made by Thomas Crawford in 1863. 15,000 pound statue.
That's a
It's 19 feet 6 inches tall and is made of bronze.
Huh.
Yeah, and again, going to private school my entire life, I didn't get real good history.
That's where the stimulus check came from. They just chopped that off and
Right.
turned it out.
Like all the other statues they chopped up. Yeah. And I got to give a shout out real quick. If you're listening, thank you for listening, Gooder Gawker. He runs another paranormal group in Facebook.
Oh, that's who sent me the friend request. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. I totally was like, who is this guy?
And S4 does promote the show in their group. J-Ron, good evening. Happy Mother's Day.
Hey.
That's messed up, man. So, yeah.
Did you just call J-Ron a mother?
Yeah, you did. Like, what was that?
I said, Happy Mother's Day. It is Mother's Day.
He's a dude.
You didn't say that to Tim in the chat room. You didn't say that to me when you walked in. Arnold, did he say it to you?
Nope.
I didn't freaking think so.
All right, you know what?
I see how
Arnold,
it is.
Happy Mother's Day, Arnold.
Thank you.
From all of us here at S4.
How did you
Right.
teach that to yourself? Did you climb up there, Joe? Did you climb on top of the Capitol and check out the lady?
He probably did.
You know you can't look under her skirt, right? That's not the way statues work. They don't put that much detail into those.
Oh. Bronze balls. I see him swinging from the back of trucks all the time.
Wow.
He says he went up to the top of the Capitol and tried to hit on her.
Ooh.
Happy
Flat Mother Earth Day.
Well, that's just rude. What about the more voluptuous Mother Earths?
Right? Like Gaia.
Oh, man. Oh, no, guys. Okay.
Oh, this show
We
tonight
have
just
2
took
more
a
hours
turn
of
for the
this,
worst.
guys.
shift it up.
I have an excuse for this week, guys. Like, to be serious with you, it has been
a most horrific week.
Yeah, it's been a horrible week for us a little bit. So, it's just been busier than hell. We've been trying to get my mother-in-law's properties ready, and for an event we're having there, and then for just everything's. This weekend sucked.
It was a clusterfuck. There is no other way to put that.
There is no other way to put that.
Oh my God. I love my family. Do not get me wrong when I say that, but...
They're listening.
No, that's my excuse. that is my excuse. Kayla just didn't do her homework.
No. I did. I will absolutely 100% take the bullet for this one, and I will say I did not do my homework.
Because I believe it was Monday night that she told us that she would run this show.
I did, and you know what? I wasn't thinking on Monday night that I also had no time because I was over at my mother's, and then I was working, and then I was also trying to do... It was too much!
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do at your mom's?
What did I do at my mom's? Slept so that I could wake up at 4 in the morning and go to work. What did you do?
I worked my ass off. What
Yeah, I know you did.
about?
Oh my God.
What'd you do?
Win.
Okay, so...
Dealing with my own shit. But we won't
Did
even...
you just say you were diddling with your own shit?
Yeah.
Oh. That's on Pornhub too, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man.
Oh,
He's strapped for cash.
Oh.
Oh no.
wow.
You know, the owners of Pornhub are going to be sitting there next week at their board meeting, and they're going to be like, "Who is this Eric Cooper everyone keeps searching for?"
You should have an OnlyFans.
God. At least,
Put Sasquatch up.
at least I won't be on TikTok.
Oh. No, you don't have to be on TikTok. Somebody else will load you on TikTok.
Right.
You'll be fine. Oh, God.
Yeah, no, I've been on a Criminal Minds kick last week, getting ready for the movie set for this week.
Perfect.
So yeah, yeah, it's Mother's Day.
Right.
So of course, getting the kids ready for Mother's Day. Getting stuff since some of you know that my parents have COVID. So we've been doing porch drop-offs with them and whatnot, and making sure they're taken care of. So yeah, it's been a busy week. There's some things we want to bring up for on the second hour. Getting off Mother's Day a little bit, talking about Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to actually have a Memorial Day show. So we are picking it up. I know we have this is a really bad show for a lot of our new listeners to be listening to. This isn't really how we normally act on the show. We do have fun all the time. Obviously, that's why we're one of the more rated paranormal shows out there.
Yeah, we love the planets, especially Uranus. We have fun with it all the time.
I still can't. I'm still watching for the Pentagon to come out with the Pentagon Papers in June 1st. I'm looking forward to that. I think we'll have our teeth on for that show. For damn sure.
Brett, I really do hope that in those papers, like, someone's got to have a sense of humor at the Pentagon. One guy that just wrote like 500 papers about Uranus. And it's like, spent 20 hours looking at Uranus. Uranus dropped 2 degrees.
Oh, God.
Spent another 5 hours looking at Uranus.
You know what? Okay, so I watch documentaries all the time, right? And I love space documentaries, and I watch them on all of the.
I can't watch
everything.
any of them.
Okay.
They irritate me.
Now, if you look up Uranus and
Right.
you watch the documentary of it, and there is this British dude that does one of them, and every time he says it, he goes, "Uranus," and I just can't.
No, not mine. No.
Oh, God.
We're not talking about Uranus.
I know, we're talking about a planet. Yeah.
Okay, then I got something for you. What does Star Trek and toilet paper have in common?
Oh, God. Uranus.
They both circle Uranus in search of Klingons.
And on that note, folks, it is time for our first break for the show tonight. When we come back, we'll talk about Memorial Day.
And we'll be right back.
You are listening to S4 on Spreaker.com.
Welcome back to S4 with your host, Eric Cooper.
And welcome back to S4 for hour number 2. And yes, we aren't giggling now. It's just been one of them weeks, folks. So Memorial Day weekend's coming up. And, something I wanted to bring up is every Memorial Day weekend, and, we were talking about this before the show again, that I don't like sounding like an asshole. But one of those irritating things as a veteran is we have Veterans Day in November. We have Memorial Day weekend in May. Memorial Day, you have a lot of people that it's always respectful to be told thank you for your service. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound like an asshole. But Memorial Day is when you honor the soldiers that gave the ultimate sacrifice and died for their country. That's what Memorial Day weekend is. And same with law enforcement, same with firemen, first responders. That's when you honor their service. Because they gave the ultimate sacrifice. That's what Memorial Day is. Veterans Day, sure, go up to the active duty. Go up to your veterans and say thank you for your service. And again, no, I don't cringe when I get told thank you for your service. I feel awkward. That's just me personally. And I know speaking to a lot of my friends, yeah, they feel awkward too. Because it's just, to most of us, it was a job we did. It was, my job in combat was to bring my soldiers home. That was my job. Under fire, taking care of the wounded, whether they're enemy soldiers or ours. That was my job. I didn't do it for a damn award. I didn't do it for honor. I didn't do it for recognition. I did it because I don't know why I did it. I can't answer that. It was something I did. I was a soldier. I'm still a soldier.
I can't remember who it was, but there's a soldier that has a YouTube channel, and he hates that question. So when people ask him why you did it,
right,
the only answer he gives now is, "I really love sand."
I like him already. But and so anytime I got a new soldier coming into the unit, I would ask him, "Why did you join the service? Was it for college money?" That's a big one. Was it because you wanted to serve your country? That was a big one. After 9/11, there was an influx because they wanted to get the terrorists. That's a whole nother can of worms that I'm not going to open up tonight. Because, well, the terrorists were in your own damn backyard. But we're not going to go there tonight. I watched Captain Phillips. If you haven't seen it, it's a great movie. I wanted to bring it.
Is that the Somali pirate movie?
Yeah. I'm not supposed to be watching.
Tom Hanks?
No, with Mr. Rogers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. He played Mr. Rogers.
Who? Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I didn't know about that one. But something I wanted to bring up because, I'm going to get kicked when I get home, but that's okay. I'm not supposed to talk about some stuff because I have nightmares. It brings up nightmares. But, the last month I've been fighting with the DOD. And we're not going to talk about that tonight. But, it's already fresh in my mind because I've had to deal with talking about combat a lot for the last month. So it's not going to make anything any... You know what, Joe? Alons. Hell yeah, Alons. Black Horse. Something a lot of people won't catch if you've seen Captain Phillips is when the Somalis are chewing on a branch in the beginning of the movie. And it won't be explained. They don't go into that. I don't even think they went into it in Black Hawk Down. It took me 3 years to watch Black Hawk Down. But what they were chewing on, if you don't know about khat, it's spelled K-A-T-T. You can look it up and find a whole lot of shit about it. It's a plant that grows in Somalia, or in Africa, that you'll have smiley, hand-waving people 1 minute, and the drug dealers would bring these bushels of khat out into the marketplace, and it doesn't get them high. It makes them violent. It makes them aggressive.
So it's like bath salts.
I can't even think. I can't even think of the scientific explanation or the medical explanation for it. It's a stimulator, I guess.
Yeah, it's a stimulant.
Yeah.
MMD.
And so when you see them, in the beginning of Captain Phillips, for example, and they're all on the beach chewing on this branch, that's caught. I saw them. We saw them with bushels of it all the time. And the people would be okay. They didn't like us being there, but they'd be okay 1 minute. And give them 30 minutes, and the guns came out. Thompson machine guns, AK-47s, RPGs.
So did they just eat it, or do the
Nope, you just chew it.
Oh, you just like chew on the branch?
It's just like a stick you're chewing on.
Oh, weird.
That's all it took. So, yeah, Joe says get some high. It's not a high. It's a stimulant. It's not like smoking weed. Smoking weed makes you pass out, get hungry, or get creative. Caught makes you grab your machine gun and start killing people for no damn reason.
So is it like a hallucinogen, like LSD?
It's an amphetamine like cocaine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, again, I don't know the scientific explanations for it, other than
Well, I'm looking at the drugcenter.org.
Right.
And that's what it says. It's an amphetamine and has similar effects to cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes in two forms, so an original form and an artificial form.
Well, this is definitely the original form. It was straight from the tree. But I guess my main point with the whole Memorial Day discussion was go to a cemetery, find your local VFW if you actually want to go to a service.
Don't touch the coins.
No. If you see a coin, and oh God, I don't have it memorized. I know if it's a quarter, I believe they actually served with that soldier in combat. If it's a nickel, they went to basic training with them. If it's a dime, they knew them.
And if it's a penny, they visited a serviceman. So
right. Okay.
So anyone can leave a penny.
Yep.
And if I remember right, the money actually, the VA comes and collects the money every once in a while, and they actually put it towards
flowers and flags.
Flowers and flags for the each grave.
Yep.
Cool.
And the cleaning of each grave.
Yeah.
In some areas.
But remember your fallen. That's the main thing. I had I had two uncles that I ever met. One died from the after effects of the Vietnam War. The other one died from in the Vietnam War. And then my aunt was in the Army. My dad was in the Navy. That's the extent of my military in my family, other than the 19 and a half years I served.
My great uncle was blown up in the Midway by going to Dunkirk. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, penny is for anyone that actually just visited the headstone. Nickel signifies when a visitor attended boot camp with the fallen veteran. Dime when the person visiting served alongside the fallen veteran. Quarter is if they're actually with that soldier when they died. But Veterans Day is great. Veterans Day is for all of us. Memorial Day, again, to me, is for those soldiers that I served with, and for all soldiers that have passed on. Those are the difference. I'm not one. For a lot of people, Memorial Day is let's go have a barbecue with the family in the backyard.
And there's not anything wrong with that, as long as you realize that the people that we are celebrating on this weekend died so that you could do that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. And yeah, Dunkirk, I'm not allowed to watch that movie, J. Ron. I watched the first 5 minutes, so I was told I couldn't watch it. So, it looked like an awesome movie. My maid actually went and watched it. She's kind of my gauge of whether it's a movie I should watch or not.
I prefer Full Metal Jacket.
I like that one too.
Or Good
I
Morning
do.
Vietnam.
Actually, the one I like is We Were Soldiers.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I actually met the real, not the actor, but the actual reporter that was embedded with him. He came to Iraq and visited us. So I have his autograph somewhere. He was cool. Told me about his We Were Soldiers too, the other book that he wrote. Band of Brothers I haven't gotten into.
When I was a young teenager, there was a guy, my dad's shop was right beside a bar, and there was a guy that came in came out of the bar every day just as we were coming out of work. And he had the best war stories. Because this guy was so freaking insane. He had war stories of himself from Vietnam. He had war stories from World War II, World War I, the War of 1812. He was at all of them.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, dude.
But the best part is, all he did was sit at home and watch, like, documentaries on war. And because of all the drinking, his mind made him think he was there. So they were accurate to a T. Like, I was like, well, once you get to the old wars, like, he was in the Civil War. And, like, depending on the day, he fought for which side.
Oh, God.
This guy was awesome.
You know, I gotta say, my favorite war movie, and it's not really a movie, it's like a series, it's The Pacific.
The Pacific. It's
The
the other
Pacific.
side of Band of Brothers.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
really good. That was a good one.
Oh, Apocalypse yeah, now that we're talking about
Apocalypse
war movies.
Now?
J-Rock, Apocalypse Now, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Wind Talkers. You can't forget about Wind Talkers.
What?
Everybody
Wind
forgets about
Talkers.
Wind Talkers.
Friend.
Another awesome one.
Saving Private Ryan.
No,
Friend.
I can't watch Saving Private Ryan.
But you know what? Do you know how much money? Someone actually figured out how much money they spent saving Matt Damon.
Right.
Friend, and he's in the trillions.
They're going to be saving
Well,
me.
yeah, they had to go all the way to fucking Mars to save him, too.
Yeah. He goes missing in every movie he's in.
I need a shot in my coffee tonight.
He became a potato farmer on Mars. It was awesome. Okay. Oh, shit.
Really, Joe? Joe rode a tank, held a general's rank when the blitzkrieg raged and the bodies stank. Oh, you don't want to smell bodies. You just really don't.
No,
Oh,
it's
I have smelled bodies. It's just not fun. Who was I talking to? You know, the craziest part was going to Desert Store, Operation Positive Force with the Black Horse in Doha, Kuwait, 1991. And leaving Doha, Kuwait, 1991, thinking as a private, I'm never going to come back to this damn place. Yay! And landing in Doha, Kuwait in 2004 going, oh my God, the smell didn't go away. Yeah.
Oh, God. That's how I feel every time I go into Tacoma. Oh my God, the smell never left.
So we'll
To the
carry.
city of Tacoma, we apologize.
No, we don't.
We'll carry this on for this hour. I think this is cool. So yes, we went from Mother's Day to the first hour, and we'll talk about war stories and Memorial Day the second hour.
Can we talk about aliens in the third hour?
Why do you want to talk about your people again?
Because it's Mother's Day. I have to give presents.
Alien mothers?
My alien mama from another planet.
That doesn't rhyme. That doesn't
No.
work.
I was going to say, my sister from another mister. I'm not sure.
How's our numbers looking? J-Ron said the volume went down, then we
Yeah, no, we all just got a little quieter and then we started speaking louder again.
Okay.
Alien moms with guns.
That sounds like something from Pornhub too.
The AMG. Oh, okay. That's not as cool as the PMS.
Does. Yeah.
Oh God. So, Mars needs moms, right?
Oh, that
Isn't
wasn't.
That was a movie.
That was B-rated.
Was it B-rated?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. How come everything that had to do with moms is B-rated? Well, at least it's not double D-rated.
I just remember. I think I went and stayed with you in the cabin in September, wasn't it, Arnold?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was September we came back from Doha.
Okay.
And they sent us all home. For leave. For normal leave. And I gotta get a shout out. We'll talk about this for a second too, because I gotta get a shout out to Texas. Texas knows how to bring home its troops. So when you get R&R in Iraq, you're given 2 weeks leave on the books, but you're given a month because it took you 2 weeks to get home. So I have a date that I'm leaving, Telefar. I have to go to the airport and sit for like 2 or 3 hours and wait for a helicopter that's going to have room for me. That's going to fly me across Iraq to Mosul from Telefar. So you're, flying across Iraq, hoping to hell you don't get shot down. That was one of the big things on my head. Land in Mosul. Have to sit for about 3 days in the battalion in Mosul, which, if you've ever been to Mosul, our base, I don't know what it was, whether it was sunk down, but the city of Mosul is around the base, and all their windows are, we're talking, you're walking on the streets of your base, waving at the Iraqis in their 2-story window, hoping to hell they ain't a sniper. that wasn't comfortable. So you're sitting there in Mosul for 3 days, waiting for an airplane to fly you to Doha, Kuwait. And you get to Kuwait. You get to fly, sit there for another 3 or 4 days, sleeping in a tent, filling out paperwork, waiting for an airplane that's going to have room to take you to, my port call to go to Seattle was Dallas, Texas. So you finally get on your airplane, you land in Dallas. We landed in Dallas, and they actually had fire trucks on the runway, firing water over the airplane. And the captain actually had to get on the loudspeaker. Don't worry, there's nothing wrong. This is their hero's welcome. I'm like, oh, cool, okay. So the airplane lands. You get off. The Sergeant Major of the Army. He's there to welcome you home for your 2 weeks leave. And then he saw my Black Horse patch. Well, he was also wearing a Black Horse patch. He's like, holy shit, Sergeant Cooper, you were in the Black Horse? Like, yes, I was, Sergeant Major. Where did you go to combat with them? Like, Doha, Kuwait, 1991. This is 2005, 2006 by now. So, you get stuck talking to the Sergeant Major of the Army for a minute. He was cool. So, you look out, and I think the whole state of Texas was in the airport that day. The whole state. They don't know you from Adam, but they're there to welcome you home.
Yep.
And so you get down to the crowd, and you've got every brand of cigarette shoved in your face. I'm like, I'll take a Winston. That's my brand. I go outside, and again, you've got 11 billion lighters shoved in your face to light your cigarette. Then you step out of this crowd, and you got another crowd of people thrusting cell phones in your face. You want to call home? Like, no, I'm good. But Texas knows how to do a hero's welcome. I didn't get to there were oil tycoons that were up in the bar. I don't drink, so I didn't go to the bar. Otherwise, I would have been given a $100 bill to buy myself a meal. Because apparently there was oil tycoons up in the bar waiting for soldiers to come in just to pass out $100 bills. Like, damn. So, it takes about a week and a half to fly from Tel Afar, Iraq, home. And that's, once you get off in Seattle, that's when your time starts. You have 2 weeks, and you have to go, do a reverse cycle of what I just described. Now, you've all seen the pictures of the airplanes that bring coffins back. That's what Memorial Day is about. I've got, probably about 20 different military videos of nothing but the fallen. Memorial.
All right.
Okay, but if you're under 8, it can be about otter pops too. It's like the first time of the year you can actually enjoy an otter pop and not be cold afterwards.
Do what? Otter pops.
A freezy, like an otter pop.
Yeah, I know what an otter pop is.
Yeah. If you're under 8, that weekend's about otter pops too.
Christ.
I'm sorry, I bought a lot of otter pops for Memorial Day weekend.
We bought so many otter pops. You have no
Okay.
idea.
Your case is in the freezer.
Yeah, we got you a case of otter
Oh,
pops.
cool.
And you get a case. And you. Sorry. Oh my God.
Everybody likes otter pops.
Everybody loves otter pops.
They're the pops of otters.
Made with real otter.
Yeah. Do you know if you ask people at Walmart if they have otter pops, they tell you they don't have otter food here?
No, that was Fred Meyer's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I smacked him, Joe. Yeah.
Oh.
Come here and say that, Joe. Come on up.
He won't leave the bunker.
I'll cough on you.
Ew.
What?
You're going to give him smallpox.
That too. I'm giving it back.
Oh, no.
So in 2 weeks, we're talking serial killers.
Yeah, we are.
And they're linked to the paranormal.
Absolutely.
That is our job. So we each chose 2 serial killers, and we have 2 weeks to research them and link them to the paranormal.
Dude, I have 3.
Or debunk the fact that they believe they were linked to the paranormal.
Right. I guess my question since it's Mother's Day is how many serial killer females do we have?
Like, hardly any that have been caught. What? Okay. No.
Really?
I'm serious. Okay, if you think about it, I know women, okay? And they are a bunch of ruthless people, okay? I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
Women are scary and they're crazy and oh my God, okay? So, looking at that, there should be way more women serial killers out there. There's some black widows and they get caught every once in a while, sure. But
talking direct mothers, they 90% of the time get caught.
yeah, but when we're going here and we go, with the population amounts that we have and the amount of people that go missing that are not 411 and all that jazz. There's got to be some crazy women out there just offing people.
But like, just to name a few: Mary Beth Tinning, Susan Smith, Diane Stout.
Susan Smith pissed
Amber
me
Pastor.
off. If I
Diane
remember
Downs.
right, Susan Smith had the entire town, actually the entire country, looking for a guy that killed her kids.
Actually, you know what? Literally, like, at least on this list of the ladies that killed their kids, 5 of them,
Have been caught.
no, claimed it was a carjacker. In the
Oh,
beginning.
yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? If a dude, and I'm sorry, I'm going to do this because of the equal rights and all that jazz. If a dude had said, oh no, the carjacker totally came and jacked my kids and killed them, they'd be like, haha, no sir, you killed your kids.
Right.
But some of these cases went on for months and months for them looking for those carjackers and stuff before they were like, you know, maybe the mom did this.
Mm-hmm.
And
No, you're absolutely right. They always look at the man.
oh, for sure.
The woman can't do it.
Sure. And you know, that's the thing though, is that I believe that there's just as many female serial killers and female psychopaths
Why do you think that is?
male.
Do you think it's because of the motherly instinct? They figure the motherly instinct can't kill her own kin?
No, honestly, I think it's because women are really good at going, and having everybody go, oh, you poor woman. Okay?
Sympathy aspect.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, if I were to go and walk out there and start bawling, at least 3 people would come up to me and ask me if I was okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to go out there and start bawling, people would walk right by you.
The cops would show up.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, is that I think that it is, a lot of women have that ability to be able to
play the
pull
sympathy
in
card.
sympathy, where most men don't have that ability.
Well, and you know, I think that was so females in the military, I think that was the biggest reason they wouldn't let women in combat roles was because, again, going with the woman card, America couldn't handle the blonde, blue-eyed girl in a coffin.
Well, see, here's the deal. Is that women were thought of for so many years as being the weaker of the species. Okay? And they were. They've been thought of for many, many years as being the weaker of the species.
Right.
Okay? But from a woman's perspective here, I'm going to say that they are really good at manipulating things. Okay? So it isn't just that they couldn't handle that. It's the fact that they were really good at talking their way out of things, manipulating things, and being thought of as the weaker species. Like, it just... It's
Until the feminist movement came out.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is a gray area in that the feminist movement wasn't just about women's rights. Well, women being just as strong as men, but it was also about women's right to vote,
Yeah, absolutely.
women's wages
Absolutely.
not being the same as men's. You know, there are a whole lot more aspects to it than just women are as strong as men.
Okay, so I've always 100% looked at it this way. Okay, and again, this is coming from a mouth of a female. Is if you can do the job, awesome.
Right.
Good for you. You should be able to do it. If you cannot do the job, don't. I'm sorry, but there are certain things that it just is not possible for women to do. Very select women, absolutely. But that's why we have the separation in, like, the Olympics, for instance. Because there is no woman out there that's going to run as fast as Usain Bolt. It's just not going to happen. Built different.
So
here's another thing on that. I was looking up some stuff real quick, and like in 1998, an FBI profiler said there are no female serial killers. In addition, the news and entertainment media perpetuates stereotypes that serial offenders are all men and that women do not engage in horrible acts of violence. Remember?
Like I said, I've met women, and some of them do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I know, absolutely.
Some of them are psychotic, and it's creepy. Okay, so off of the feminist movement.
No. The one thing I do want to bring up when it comes to women in sports is, I'm biting my tongue about this. I'm all about the transgender movement, with the exception that with sports, transgender should not be. So you want to be transgender, great, but they need to have their own. I think you and I talked about this not too long ago, Cole. They should have their own. What's the word? Not union, but association. So if you get a sex change as a transgender and you were born a man, you should not be allowed in women's sports because you're still built different.
Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner totally agrees with that.
Yes, she
Right?
does.
And she's at the height of the transgender movement.
Okay, so, like, I'll put it this way. No matter how much I worked out, no matter how many weights I lifted, if Cole were to work out the same amount that I did, lift the same weights that I did, he's going to be able to lift more than
He's going to bulk up.
It's not
faster.
going to...
Well, okay, and there's a problem with this, though. Because, like, let's call Muay Thai, or Muay Thai, okay? Friend, when you get into that realm, it's all by weight.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they're the same weight, I've seen some of those women fight.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not saying they can't.
There's no fucking way I'd get in the ring with them.
Right.
Friend, like, it's at that point, when you do the training with that and do, the problem is you can hit anywhere. That's the issue.
Right.
And we all have different areas that hurt when you get hit.
Yep.
A guy can take a hit to the chest a lot better than a woman can.
It's proven.
Yeah.
Yes. Just like honestly...
But a
you
woman
come up
can
to
take a
me-
hit to the crotch a lot better than a man can. Friend. Like,
Right.
we no longer want to live.
Nope.
Friend. What?
Okay, all right. You know what? If we're gonna go there, we're gonna go there. And I'm gonna ask you guys because you always sit there and you say that, oh, ow, that hurts so bad, and it makes you puke, and you're like, it's holding your stomach and everything, right? Okay. How do I put that?
Childbirth?
No, okay, because I believe that childbirth and being kicked in the balls is a totally different type of pain.
It is. It
Okay.
has to do with nerves.
Yeah, I really do. So
Whereas
I
childbirth is
won't
more
pull
muscle.
out childbirth and say that because I birthed children, I can totally handle being kicked in the balls because I have no idea how bad that feels. But if you are trying to explain to a woman what that feels like, what would be your cross-reference there? Like, how would you explain that?
An immediate stomach cramp that takes your stomach and actually squeezes it, causing the immediate feeling of upchuck. It also has the possibility of truly knocking the wind out of you.
Yeah.
Because the actual shock from the pain makes it so that you release all of your air at once.
Okay.
And your body can't move quick enough to actually take the air in that you need immediately.
That's why usually when you see men get kicked in the nuts,
Yeah.
they immediately drop and go to the fetal position.
Okay. So, do you think there would be an equivalent to that for a woman?
Well,
Like,
I think women have the same nerve endings in the crotch area.
It's just the... So ours are on the outside.
Yeah, and those are internal.
Those are internal, so
Rick-
fist going in at 400 miles an hour, like
So, Pornhub. Again.
Honestly, like childbirth, but in a second, like the full dilation of childbirth, but in a second.
Okay. Huh. Huh. I don't know. I mean, I've never really thought about it before. Like, I know that people will laugh about it and they'll, like, smack you there and just be like, ha ha ha, funny. But, oh, God.
Oh.
that could.
Damn, Joe. Okay.
A pointy stick that emits electricity. Yep.
So a probing.
Yeah, a probing.
Oh.
Are you excited?
God.
Ready to try this?
Hell no.
No, we're not going to do an experiment. No.
Well, no, you gotta leave first.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Really? Row? Okay.
I imagine that's the way you'd scream in that situation.
Oh, maybe. I'm not even sure. Oh, God. You guys are ridiculous. I don't even know where to go from there. So,
You started this.
yeah, I guess so. Oh, my God.
All right, so when it comes to female serial killers, do you think it's because society won't accept the fact that a woman can kill another person?
No, because you know what? I think society can accept the fact that a woman can kill another person.
Mm-hmm.
I just...
I don't think they accept
think-
the fact that they do it the way they do half the time.
Yeah. I think that...
No one accepts that a woman would use a gun.
Huh?
They don't. Seriously,
whoa.
you look at profiling, friend. If it's a gunshot wound and they have no idea who the killer is,
They're automatically going to go over the man.
yes.
Oh, yes, no. I mean, there's been significant cases in the past where women were the shooters.
Oh, I
If
know,
there's
absolutely.
yes, but if there's no other evidence, the profiler goes straight for a man
They're automatically going to look for a male suspect.
in a shooting.
Because they can't believe that a woman would be so violent.
Yes.
Or is it because they can't believe
At the same
that a woman
time,
can
if it's
make that
poison,
shot?
if
Like-
it's poison, they automatically go straight for a woman.
True. Depends on... Same. I would have to say same with the slashing.
Yeah.
If it's anything gruesome, if it's anything...
So more personal attacks then would be women, and more long distance would be
No,
men?
elegant.
Like
Elegant.
yeah.
more elegant.
More elegant would be women.
Okay, so if you got poisoned to death, they'd automatically assume me.
They would. They
Yeah,
would.
but like strangling,
Yeah.
strangling, where with rope, strangulation with a rope would be considered a man. So would a gunshot or stabbing.
Okay. So this is what I'm saying. So if I were to poison you, like if you were to be poisoned, they'd automatically assume that it was me doing it. But if I were to shoot you, they would automatically assume it was Eric that shot you?
Yes.
Or a neighbor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's screwed up.
Yeah.
Where's it?
I like how you went from if I was to poison you to if you were to be poisoned.
Hey.
Right. Guys, if I go missing, it's because Kayla cooked.
But you know, and like Joe said, there are plenty of documented females that have shot and killed people.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Friend,
It's just the automatic profile is going to be a male.
half the moms who killed their kids, they did it with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Friend, like,
Or drowning.
yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of women drowners. I don't understand that.
It's easier.
I
won't say it's emotionally easier. I think it's less messy.
Oh, so we're predisposed to cleaning up after our mess and we don't do messy things?
I wouldn't say that, but I think that's the assumption.
Yeah. Interesting. So, do you guys think that this is just human nature? Or do you think that if there is an alien species from, like, a different planet, that they have the same assumptions between their male and females?
Well, the reason I brought this up, too, was because most females have a motherly instinct. Where do you think the motherly instinct goes with the female serial killers? The ones that kill their kids.
well, the one lady, Mary Beth Tinning, her statement to the judge at the end was, I don't think I had the capabilities of being a good mother at all.
So take your kid to the hospital. They have drop-off points for mothers that can't...
Her daughter was 4 months old.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
She confessed, and she got 20 years. I don't know. She was eligible for parole in 2018.
But that's the thing. I don't think... I don't remember what the age limit is, but you can take your... Do you know, Arnold?
What?
Oh, to the safe havens?
Yeah.
There is
No.
a age limit on a safe haven.
The
No.
safe haven laws, you can drop your child off at any fire department and any hospital.
Fire department? Yeah, any hospital.
Yeah, okay, so if you're local, I wouldn't take them to Grassmere. There's nobody there. But any actual paid fire department that has staff on hand 24/7, you can legally drop your child off.
Or I've even heard of when I call in your local sheriff or cops out, and I've heard of them coming out just to
Right.
take.
So killing your 4-month-old child because you don't think you're a good mother? No.
Okay, but you gotta understand that, now we have to take in postpartum depression into that too.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
So, for children of that age, there's a lot of crazy hormone crap that's going on at that point. I'm not justifying it at all, but I'm just saying that in order to do any of these type of crimes in the first place, the person has to have some form of mental issues happening.
Right.
Whether it's the fact that they are a sociopath or a psychopath, or whether it's the fact that they have schizophrenia, or they believe their child's a demon, or any of these things, okay, can be considered a mental illness. And you, in order to take somebody's life, whether you're male or female, you gotta have some kind of switch that's wrong in there that lets you do it in the first place.
And do you think any of that is demonic or paranormal influence, or do you think it's just mundane psychiatric issues?
To be perfectly honest, my thoughts on that are probably not going to be taken very well, but I believe that humans are not the greatest of species, okay? And we do horrible things to each other on a daily basis. We attack each other, we fight, we kick, we punch, we kill. We do horrible things to ourselves and to other people.
Right.
It's human nature, honestly, to have that violent streak. And I don't think that most of it would be paranormal related. I think most of it would be human nature.
I think they probably, like I've seen, is they've groomed themselves by practicing on animals and stuff beforehand. Something's gone wrong in their life or whatever, and they just built them up, and once they do that, they just want to keep going.
Well, I think you could take it back farther than that. Not just the grooming, I think it goes back to childhood with a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a cycle that you can't break. If they were abused at childhood, they're going to abuse as an adult.
I don't think that's 100%.
Well, that's why I say you have to break that cycle.
Yeah.
You have to recognize.
Yeah, but you
what
gotta
happened
understand
and
that
change
not every serial killer was abused. Not every horrible person was
No.
abused. It's just, honestly, some people's minds are different than others.
Mm-hmm.
And some people have different switches, or they have a larger primordial lobe.
Do you
and
think
they
it's?
do these things.
Do you think it can be shown through DNA?
I do not. I believe that everything comes down to your own personal choices. And I honestly, besides the fact that there are certain things that are DNA related, there are certain things that are actual documented mental illnesses and stuff that you can't control. You can't. If you have it, you have it. And unfortunately, that's the way it works. But I do believe that a lot of it comes down to personal choice and your willingness to do certain things. I mean, people are nuts, and some people are way worse than others. I mean,
Where do you think the evil in some of them comes from?
honestly,
Do you think they're predestined to be evil?
I don't think so.
No, I'd agree. I wouldn't think so.
I think everybody...
I think it's a possibility.
Really?
Yes. There are some reported incidents where a child is evil from the get-go, and it's like they never gained the parts to be good,
But that's been
not
shown
through nurture.
Huh?
Not through nurture. They had a perfect childhood,
Right.
but
Well, then you're getting into the nature versus nurture concept.
I
and-
don't believe in the nature versus nurture concept fully. I think there's exceptions to that rule.
Well,
I don't think it's a proven. And yeah, Joe's saying it's been proven scientifically that women are predisposed to kill men 12 different times. Oh, yeah, okay, wait.
yeah, I was waiting for you to find the catch on that.
That's why we don't want a woman for president.
Oh, hey now.
Oh.
Friend, I don't, because I honestly think there's got to be at least one or two times where, okay, yeah, the kid was pure evil and the woman did it out of the goodness of her heart for everyone else in the world.
Right.
Right.
Okay, I have met some little shits. I gotta be honest.
Oh, yeah.
I have met certain kids that are just assholes. And no matter how good their parents are, they end up being like the scum of the fucking universe when they grow up. They do. Okay, so I do believe that somewhere in there, maybe, there's just some horrible ass people.
Okay, so getting to that, and how many serial killers they've actually caught and documented were shown to have killed their parents?
Tons. How many of them? Like, honestly, it's more like small animals and shit than it is.
And that is usually the first sign, and that's why even law enforcement today look at mutilated animals, mutilated cats, dogs, because that is usually a precursor to human killing later on.
Yeah, kid.
Sometimes, not always.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, we're dealing with human nature, and we're dealing with humanity, and people suck.
They do.
There's no other way to put that. People suck. Hey, and they do some horrible, stupid shit. So I don't know if it's nature. I don't know if it's nurture. I don't know if people are born evil or if they're born good or we're born neutral and go from there. But humanity in general sucks. So I don't know.
So we're predisposed to kill being human.
I think so. I honestly believe that we have tried to curb that.
Right.
But if you go back in history, that's what we did. We were hunters before we were anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go back to the fact that every human being was born a hunter, okay, and we have the DNA and the structure to be hunters, we've, through religion, through ethics, through all of these things, we've tried to curb the fact that we have a violent nature, but I think that all humans have a violent nature, and if you say that you've never thought about smacking somebody because they pissed you off or anything like that, then you're full of shit.
Right.
Like, so everybody's first, like, whoop, is to be like, oh my god, shut up, you know? So I don't think that, I don't know, I think we're all born like that. Humans, anyway.
Do you think environmental has a factor?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
To make it worse or neutralize it?
Worse.
It depends on. If they're on the moon, there's no air on the moon. It's hard to kill people on the moon.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Now, do you think that humans are the only ones that have that nature, or do you think that alien species also have that nature, and we're all just a bunch of primordial killers?
Probably.
Or is there a difference?
Animals do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, look at cats. They're dicks. For
No, dogs
like all of
are dicks. Cats just do what they want.
But they're dicks about it.
They are.
For
They just look at you like, hey, what have you done for me lately? But yeah. Dogs go, give me a bone, I'll do it. But yeah. Where do you think the predisposition comes from? Do you think it comes from alien races? If aliens seeded us here? If aliens created the human race and created the human race as a slave race, not knowing about the predisposition to kill, and well, we didn't make great slaves because we wound up killing the aliens in some cases. No?
I don't believe. Okay, so here's where Kayla's gonna go off on Kayla tangent here.
Yeah, okay.
All right, but I don't believe that we were seeded. I don't believe that the human race was seeded by aliens. I also don't believe that there are any actual aliens. Okay, not that there are not extraterrestrials, but I believe that all of us started out from the same organism. Okay? And I believe...
So we all come from the same goddess figure.
No. More like primordial organisms of life.
Okay.
Okay? So during the Big Bang, let's put it this way. The
Right.
Big Bang happened.
Mm-hmm.
It threw out a whole bunch of matter. Right? Matter coalesced with each other, creating planets, stars, all that jazz. Stars blew up, creating more minerals, more deposits, more things, everything else. And boom, everything got together and created planets.
So where did the moon come from?
What? Which moon?
Our moon.
Our moon?
Yeah, who put our moon there?
Nobody put it there.
But so many people think it's a satellite. That it's artificial, that
so
it got moved into
you're
orbit.
saying there are no aliens?
No, I'm not saying that there aren't.
No. But what's the definition of an alien?
Depends on if you're talking like illegal or if you're talking
A
like
being from another world.
Okay. Yes, but I don't believe that any beings came from another world. Okay,
Explain the mushrooms.
Oh my god. So this is what I was trying to say. Okay? We were all created from the same original organism. Everywhere. Everywhere in the known universe was created from the same original organisms.
That doesn't
Okay.
make them not an alien. So, but that's so you're saying we are exactly the same as like a shark.
No, we are
gonna
not.
go
But
swimming
the
then.
only reason that we are not is because of the fact that our environments are
We evolved.
different. Exactly. There's the evolution factor in there.
That still makes it an alien because they evolved on another planet.
Okay. Just listen for a second. Okay.
Wrong.
So, Big Bang happens.
Oh, this is a great show tonight.
Stars happen. Stars explode.
Uh-huh.
More minerals,
Stars
more
didn't
stuff,
just
more
happen.
everything happens.
It took time.
It all coalesces all together, creates planets all over the freaking place, right? Some of them explode and implode and create black holes, all of this crap. Okay?
Actually, most of them coalesce differently, separately.
Actually, most of them are in
COVID,
binary
motherfucker, 6
fucking
foot
systems.
distancing.
But anyways, so all of this crap happened, right? Then there was the first life. Because enough of these different minerals mixed together in the primordial ooze and created some form of life. Okay, that life on whatever the original planet was evolved to the point where they could go to other planets. Okay? Sent a little ship from this planet to another planet, right? Then they colonized. And then they went all the way through their evolutionary path on whatever this planet was. Then they moved from another planet to that other planet, and so on and so forth until we have 1 million different freaking races out there, all on different planets, but all from the same original Big Bang organisms in the first place.
That is such bullshit.
What?
And on that note, folks, we are going to our second break, and when we come back, we're talking about aliens. Stay
And we'll
tuned.
be right back.
You are listening to S4 on Spreaker.com.
Break. You're going down.
S-4 with your host, Eric Cooper.
Welcome back to the last hour of tonight's show.
Before we get to it, I'd just like to say I'm very sorry for all those who have lost rocks in your lives because they died.
Cole, come off it. Jesus. Whatever.
I'm entertaining Arnold. Leave me alone.
So we don't have a YouTube live show. Otherwise, you would hear what goes on during breaks.
Yeah.
And you would understand what we were talking about. But anyway. So, depending on which theory you go off of, you look at Dante Centauri videos, you look at some other ancient alien theorists, you go off the fact that many alien races all worship a mother goddess, which is the same creation goddess that created humans. Not all of them, obviously, but some do. Now, did the ancient Egyptians call their mother deity Gaia back then? Gaia was Greek, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It probably meant rock, and now she's dead.
You're not funny, okay? You're not funny at all.
Okay, so Kayla just argued that everything dies.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
But in the first hour, Kayla also argued that Lilith was immortal, so she doesn't die.
No,
Want to continue that?
Jesus Christ. Lilith is immortal. As far as the planet goes, yes, she is immortal. Okay? But if the freaking planet gets sucked into a black hole, then guess what? She dead.
What if it doesn't?
Okay? It will!
You guarantee that?
I guarantee that.
Want to place bets?
I will place a fucking bet.
Alright,
on
you
that.
gotta prepay.
Yeah.
we got prepay. We can enjoy the money now. Anyway.
All right. No, okay, so for anybody that is listening, we have this continued issue between me and Cole here where I go off on these tangents, okay? And I will be honest, I do go off on these stupid tangents sometimes. And
I agree with one word.
shut up. Okay, so a lot of people know, because I've said it several times, I am not a religious person.
Mm-hmm.
My religion is science. I believe in science. Not Scientology, but science.
Right.
Okay?
All right.
So I believe that
I think it's a 100% agreement that we hate Scientologists.
Yes, absolutely. But I do believe that everything did start in a singularity, and it caused the entire universe to evolve from the singularity. I also believe that everything has a beginning and everything has an end. So therefore, the universe will eventually end someday, recycling itself back into the original singularity and rebirthing.
Okay.
So, with that, because of the fact that life cycles happen, and it has been more or less proven that everything dies. Stars die, black holes die, everything eventually dies. So wouldn't the universe then in itself have to die at some point too?
Well, they got rocks that move by themselves in Arkansas.
They call them Rolling Rock.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what?
When the Big Bang Theory, which in itself, it's not the Big Bang absolute, it's the Big Bang Theory. Okay?
Yes.
Meaning it's a theory.
Mm-hmm.
Which means it's a possibility.
No, but, okay. Yes.
No, but here's the thing. Okay, you're saying it's a belief automatically. That's how you defined it, was as a belief.
Yes.
Therefore, what you were saying during the break was that it was an absolute. It absolutely happened. It's absolutely going to happen.
No.
You
I
can't
said
use an absolute there.
it is absolutely going to happen that the entire universe will eventually die.
But that's a belief.
No, that is an absolute.
How?
Yes. Because everything dies. Everything has a cycle of life.
As far as we know.
Name one thing that has not died. Besides the freaking universe, because it's still in the expansion period.
There you go.
But that's only because it's still growing. It's a baby. Eventually, it will get to old age and die.
Are you sure? Like, that's the thing. You can't guarantee that because you don't have the lifespan of the universe.
No, I don't have the lifespan of the universe.
So we can't even guarantee that that's the way it started.
Yes.
Honestly, we can't. Like, yes, they are theorizing to hell and back about how this all happened. But every one of those scientists that we watch constantly on TV, every night, agrees that they are theories.
Yes,
they don't know.
Okay, yeah. You're right.
Friend, you can't tell for sure. And the idea that we're going to all drift back into a black hole and become a singularity again, that's called the elasticity theory.
No, it's the big crunch, but...
Well,
yeah.
It's also known as the elasticity theory. I heard that on the universe. Okay? I've heard it 5,000 times in the last month.
Yeah.
Friend, but there we go. That's a theory. Not any sort of truth. No one knows. Friend, we were never going to get to know it. It's like what I talked about a few weeks ago on the show. Friend, I love it how these guys constantly talk about, and one day this star is going to explode.
See, that's why you guys watch them and I don't, because I will go nuts.
Between 15 to 18 million years from now, it's going to explode, and that's going to be something to see. Mm-hmm. Well, you're never going to see it. Shut up. Like,
you're right.
There is no way you're making it to that point. Friend, no matter how much kale you eat. Friend.
But wouldn't you? That's what I'm saying. Okay, that sounds ridiculous. And that's not what I meant, and that came out really wrong. But
you didn't say it, so I don't think it came out at all.
I don't know. I'm too tired for this conversation.
Your brain is hurting.
I'm just saying, Anakin Skywalker dealt in the absolute. Look how it worked for him. Now he hates sand because it gets everywhere.
I hate sand. What are you talking about?
Ancient astronaut theorists say yes.
They can eat it.
Oh, God. Okay, so...
They're just as bad as Neil deGrasse Tyson, or whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah, that's
Friend, you must believe in science because it's true. Okay, well, your own government just came out and said aliens are real. We have many...
And that's going by... science is always changing. There are definite absolutes in some scientific areas, but science, like the existence of aliens, like the possibility of life on other planets, is always expanding. It's always changing. There is no absolute with some sciences. Think of the 1900s when they thought if you cut a chunk of the brain out, it would make PMS go away. Weird shit.
Chocolate. It doesn't make it go away, but it helps.
Right. Mood swings. Oh yeah, we cut a chunk of the front lobe of the brain out. We give them a lobotomy. Yeah, that's real smart. So, psychiatry changed over the years. Science is always changing. There is no absolute with a lot of science.
And half of the things in the world don't make sense. Like, even this same guy can have a full-on major heart attack and be like, it's okay, I'm fine. Friend. But he gets a cold and he's like, oh my god, fucking Black Plague. Like, I am dying.
Right.
Things don't make sense because there's no way the pain level is anywhere near one versus the other. But it's just the way we feel. Our own feelings make us not make sense.
And then they went to little smiley faces.
Oh, the pain levels?
Yeah.
Okay. So the pain levels of doctors has been something that has always pissed me off because they say based on the worst pain you've ever had. Okay? So I don't know about you guys, but I've had some pretty horrific pain.
You've had 4 kids.
Okay? Oh, no. My kids aren't even the worst pain I've ever
Okay.
had. Not even close. So, I've had some pretty horrific pain in my life. So, based off of that level, something like, I don't know, a stroke might be at 2 on my scale.
Right.
Where if the worst pain that you've ever had was you stubbed your toe once, then a stroke is going to be like a 12 on your pain scale.
Well, it's like a buddy of mine's been struck by lightning twice, hit by a car, shot, stabbed. You know, compared to this guy that skinned his knee as a child.
Okay.
And he still has a possibility of saying, stepping on a Lego, worst pain I've ever felt.
Right.
Like, it's all perspective. And our perspective when it comes to the universe itself is so small, we can't make proper predictions.
Yeah, according to what, it wasn't it the Catholic Church that said we're the center of the universe?
Absolutely. But it was mostly the Pope saying it, and he said we, but he
doesn't
meant
count.
I.
He doesn't
I
count.
am the center of the universe.
So yeah, when you're looking at alien technology and alien life, why couldn't they be here? Their science is going to be completely different than ours.
Yeah.
Their minerals, their the elements they use are going to be completely different. So
See, but that's something that's always pissed me off about people too, is that everybody assumes that because they made it here, they are going to be technologically superior to us.
right.
Honestly, that's not entirely true.
Some of them, I'm sure they are.
I'm
But
sure
making
that
it here
some
on a
of them-
log.
But-
Right.
Well, why not? I mean, honestly, if that particular species or alien or whatever you want to call it can breathe in the vacuum of space, then there is no reason that they would have to have superior technology in order to get here. They
No,
wouldn't.
they have a Toyota that runs on a different mineral that we don't have here. So yes, it can go much faster and much more efficient than us.
So I don't believe that all aliens could be technologically advanced to the point where they were so much more advanced than us. I believe that that's a sliding scale as well. That you'd have some that were dumb as dirt, and you'd have some that were smart as what we would consider like our gods.
But I think
You know?
Joe would agree that the one with the biggest pointy stick rules the world.
But the one with the most oxygen survives in space.
This is true.
True.
Not if you don't.
And if they
breathe
have pointy
oxygen.
sticks and have the most oxygen in space, they rule the galaxy.
Yep.
Okay, everybody goes off of this pointy stick thing,
Uh-huh.
right?
Because
Honestly-
you'll never run out of pointy sticks.
Yeah, but you won't run out of rocks either. And honestly, doesn't a rock do more damage than pointy stick?
Not
No,
at all.
because you can hit the rock with a pointy stick too. It's called a bat.
Yeah, you try to hit him. Yeah, okay. You try to hit a meteor with a pointy stick, and tell me how well that works out for you.
Oh, well, that's not a rock. That's a meteor.
That's a rock. That's
No,
a giant damn rock.
that
coming
doesn't
at you.
count.
Is it? Because parts of it come off in space, making it more of a pointed edge sometimes, which makes it kind of a pointed stick.
Oh.
You can make a pointed stick out of a rock.
Dude.
Uh-huh.
What?
Got a pointy rock.
Oh my god.
Is a knife not a pointing stick?
Okay.
Oh.
Oh my god. I need a slingshot.
No, like,
I'm gonna prove
so
my
me and
point
Kayla
right
used to have
here.
this argument, and it was just me triggering her because I love to do it. And it was the fact that I stated that math does not have to exist in at least one dimension.
Masks?
Math.
Math. Oh, Anthony would be so happy.
Right? And she states that no, math has to exist in every dimension.
I
It is a
think
universal truth. And in a way, she's right. Our understanding of math has to exist in that dimension if we exist in it. If we don't, it's not really required.
But it is. Okay.
But which math? Algebra, geometry, addition,
Our math,
subtraction.
any of it.
Yeah.
Math in its most basic forms
Isn't
does
there-
not need to exist.
Isn't there universal math?
Huh?
Is there universal formulas?
Yeah, but it doesn't need to exist in a certain dimension if no one is there to understand it.
True. That's why you have some entities that are still stuck in their own dimension. And
They're still
can't
trying
get
to
out.
find X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. And they can't get out until some stupid human goes into their dimension and lets them go.
I think her head's going to pop off.
Oh, good thing we're not on video.
I'm going to poke her.
Okay.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Oh.
Happy Mother's Day.
Well, for 3 more hours. Unless you're in New York and then Mother's Day's over with.
Oh, those poor New Yorkers.
And New Zealand, well, they're already into Monday.
Yeah. They're at work.
Yep.
Is tomorrow Monday? Oh my god, it's Sunday. Okay. No,
Oh, God.
you guys broke me. I am freaking broken.
It's
You
okay. We'll have a
snapped it.
bonfire after the show and we'll all
Oh,
be happy.
God. Okay.
And if you folks actually listen to our conversations during the bonfires, oh, my God.
You don't want to. Oh my god.
That's a show in itself.
It's
There-
a lot of spooky action in the distance.
So, in the news, with the whole alien thing continuing, Percy,
Okay.
so the NASA rover Perseverance,
Right.
oh, Percy.
found mushrooms. They believe they're mushrooms is what he found.
No, it's a rock.
He took a sample of it, and when they go to collect the first samples from him, we'll get it back. So in, I think 3 years, we will know. It's gonna
Oh,
take
yay!
that long.
I'll be 50 frickin' 5.
In
Oh,
2029.
that's wonderful.
But seriously, the picture shows small domes on top of stems.
A fungus.
And, yeah.
So
They
it's
believe it is a
it's
type
a
of
rock,
mushroom.
It's
rock
a rock.
fungus.
If it's a rock.
Well, yeah,
We don't know if it was
it's an
squishy.
artifact,
And
essentially.
It
Or
could be
petrified.
squishy.
It'd be a petrified mushroom.
How do we know it's petrified? We don't know.
Putrefied.
Percy just sucked it up into his little thingy.
I wish it was like the bank. To have that tube.
Yeah.
Right?
It just sucks it right down.
Like, sends it to Earth.
Yeah.
Pew!
That's the unfortunate part is he doesn't have the right type of equipment on him to actually analyze it there.
Why not?
Because it would have added like $6 million.
Yeah.
Like, he has a lot of shit on him. He has his own fucking helicopter. Like, come on. He's got selfie cameras.
What are you talking about? He's got his own Twitter account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you could actually go and watch this robot on Mars with his Twitter account if you haven't looked at it already.
But like seriously, like they thought of everything. He is the first rover that can actually take his cameras off and
So,
set them down on Mars and then step back and take a picture.
So I wonder what Percy did for Mother's Day. Have you checked his Twitter
Sent
account?
mushrooms.
today?
Praise
to
the
NASA.
almighty microwave.
Huh?
Jesus.
Praise the almighty microwave.
Microwave?
She was the first.
No. No. Ah!
Oh. Oh, and I think we have actually broke Kayla tonight.
It's okay. Izzy will come back and fix her. Kayla, you're going to get fixed.
So, moving along. Yes, tentatively we are planning on having an S-4 booth for those that are in Washington, or if you just want to come to the Skagit County Fair. When is the Skagit County Fair? It's August, the second to the last weekend of August, I believe, is it not? And then, of course, we have the Marble Mount Sasquatch Conference the last weekend of August. And we will be there. And we will be actually recording all the speakers for S4. You're back. But yeah, definitely come check us out at the Skagit County Fair in August.
August 11th through 14th, 2021.
There you go. Perfect.
10 to 10.
Woo!
Cool.
We're going to the fair.
Thank you, J. Rod. J. Rod says Sydney, Nova Scotia. Here and Sydney,
Australia,
and SW, Australia are exactly 12 hours apart. And yeah, again, we love our listeners out there. Yes, tonight was a chopped up show. We're just the yell of our brains are fried from the last week.
Not just our brains. Okay, so I sat outside for like 5 minutes today. Okay, and I am so freaking sunburnt that this shirt hurts.
You sunburnt from
It burnt me so bad.
the rain?
Dude,
Your rain burnt.
You're right.
It's hot out.
super white, okay? And being super white in any kind of sun, because I live in Washington, makes me super red, okay?
We need to go to California.
No, I would die in California.
No,
I just said
to a
Washington
UFO
sun
conference.
kills me.
We need to go to a paranormal conference in California.
In California?
Yeah.
What part of California?
I don't know yet. We will figure something out. Once the world opens back up.
Are we
will
going to
figure something out.
Sonora? Are we going to LA?
LA.
Are we going to San
We will go to LA.
Francisco? Are we going... Ugh. You know what? I've been to California. But
I lived in California, no.
let's go somewhere we haven't gone before and go to one of these.
Right.
That way it's a vacation and...
Well, that can be pretty much anywhere in the state. I've been through California. Izzy's been to California for a week. That's just, yeah.
My
That's more than I
grandparents live in California. I've been to California. I even went to Disneyland once.
Doesn't mean we have to go to those places.
did.
Wait, I can go to California and not have to visit my family? Let's
I'm
do
not
this.
getting into this one.
They're listening. Uh-huh.
So, they are not my California family.
Okay.
I would love to see my grandmother know how to use a computer well enough to look this up and listen to it. Honestly.
And yes, we are in Washington State, J-Ron.
Oh. Yeah.
Where it might get 60, might get 70 degrees.
When it rains,
And it's still raining.
Washington.
And my pumpkins are coming up. My corn is coming up. I'm happy. My chickens are laying eggs. I'm happy.
Wow.
So, yes, we are getting on a self-sufficiency trail.
Cool.
Nice.
I have no chickens.
You can't have chicken.
I can't have chickens.
I have ducks. They're all in a row.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
What?
I don't even know anymore.
So let's see. In 2 weeks, we are talking serial killers. I know
Yay,
you're
serial
talking.
killers.
You're wanting to do a show on reversing music.
Yes, certain types of music, and
Where does the satanic rock and roll come from? And is there any paranormal validity to spinning records backwards?
yeah, and then other like paranormal music is
Red
what I
Rum,
want to
Red
call the
Rum.
show. Including like the I believe it's Ozzy Osbourne, like Black Sabbath, that had a song that if you played it backwards, there was probably a few of them.
Well, there's Kiss.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll just do some research on rock groups that have been accused of
Working with Satan.
working with Satan and
Tenacious D.
any paranormal activity that came out of it.
Robert Johnson.
I
I
ain't
want
heard
to
of
talk
that one.
about him. He's a blues guitarist who sold his soul to the devil at the crossroads.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Is there anything you want to look at, Arnold?
I don't know. Let me think. I mean, there's a bunch of different stuff. I mean, I could look at for state, like
We are also,
park-wise or park-wise or.
we're also doing a show on dinosaurs probably later on in August.
Okay.
And what actually killed them? And did they really have feathers? They weren't scaly. Because we have our own dinosaur expert right here sitting in the room. And J. Ron, yes, we are in Washington State,
Yep.
home of Bigfoot and aliens.
For now.
And ghosts, obviously. They're everywhere.
For now.
What?
We could be in Liberty soon.
Oh,
knows?
good God, no.
Oh, no.
Well, Arnold will still be in Washington. We'll be in Liberty. Yeah. if they get their own way. That's another headache.
No, let's just not. Let's not.
So what do y'all think about Washington, D.C. being the 51st state?
It's about time.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
the problem is, like, everyone says, well, it's just a bunch of politicians. They don't need to be a state. Well, but it's not. There's
There's
fast
people
food
there.
restaurants there. There's grocery stores. And,
People live there.
yeah.
Why not? Let's do it.
Sorry.
Wow. Okay.
That was loud.
I think that it should have been a state a long time ago, honestly.
I'm surprised it took this long for them to change that.
Right?
And then we'll have... Yeah.
Okay, so once they do that, then we're probably going to have to remake the flag. Because every time we have a state, we add a star to the flag. So we'll have to have 51 stars now versus the original 50.
Right.
Well, I mean, originally it was like... But still. So, do you think, because it is an odd number now, that they will add it to the bottom, add it to the side, add it to the top? Where do you think that star is actually going to go on that flag?
Or they'll just make one giant star
Well-
and put all the 50 stars inside it.
I think when they wake up Betsy, she's going to have to decide.
Yeah.
They're going to reanimate her.
Yes, we're like 30 minutes from Canada, J-Ron.
She made the flag.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, isn't Canada about to split off too? And make
no,
its... Huh?
Nobody knows what's going on. The entire world needs to split off and just go to Mars.
So,
It's-
when you're talking paranormal, what do you think is causing so much chaos in the world? It's not just the United States, it's Canada, it's a lot of different countries that are going through turmoil.
paranormal wise,
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with the paranormal.
Okay.
I think it's more of these UFOs and stuff being seen around, just due to the fact that more have been seen, more have been witnessed. I was reading something the other day that somebody was kind of making a joke of all of a sudden all these pilots that have taken these photos with seeing UFOs up in the sky while they're flying, and why not before? Well, exactly why haven't they brought it out before is because they couldn't. Now they're going to be able to. But I think that's a lot of issues happening right now is more things are being seen in the skies as UFOs and unidentified objects.
Okay, but you bring up a good point. All the other countries have brought up their UFO projects. Their witnessing of UFOs. The United States is the only one that hasn't until now.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure, but I have a weird feeling. Like the Pacific Ocean, the Ring of Fire. I just think with so many UFOs and stuff being around these mountains that are around the Pacific and the Ring of Fire and seeing these things come up and out of the water and stuff.
Right.
I think more of that is being seen over.
Do you think it's just getting to the point where it's too hard to hide?
Yes.
And
I mean,
a lot of the evidence they're bringing out is coming from military footage.
Yes.
Navy vessels, aircraft pilots, not so much soldiers on the ground that we've seen yet. But yeah, I think personally, I think the military is just getting to the point of being tired of the cover-up.
Yes.
And the Pentagon can't hide, oh my God, well look, we got it on a gun camera on our airplane.
Well, that too, but like you said just a little bit ago, the other countries, all the other countries that have come out and started saying, hey, this is happening, this is what's going on, and I think the U.S. and stuff is like, shit, we're the only ones that really haven't brought it out yet, and people here are going to start thinking, well, why aren't we being notified of stuff like this?
I think they're coming.
Do you?
Yep. I think that there's some kind of alien race out there that is going to be landing here and making their presence known, and we are baby stepping into the fact that this is going to happen.
And there's nothing the government can do to stop it.
Yep.
Well, and I would say I think some of them are already here.
So you got to, but I think some races have been here for thousands of years. There's evidence of that. But there's two sides to that. They're going to show themselves, and the government's going to say, look, see, we've been trying to show you guys this for years. You got the other ones on the other side of that coin. They're going to go, yep, it's all a false flag. It's all a false flag operation, and it's really the U.S. government shining this holographic image in the sky. They're not real. And, you're going to have skeptics on all sides of it going, yep, it's all conspiracy. It's not real. The aliens aren't invading until they shoot. Or they drop an EMP. Or...
Well, I take it as this, Eric. I take it as right at first about things happening, the paranormal, Bigfoot right at first. I was kind of skeptical. Mm-hmm. And then we moved into a couple of state parks and things started happening. And it was happening to me. And I was hearing things. Right. Then I became the believer. And I think that's what it's going to take. People are going to start seeing things happen. And it's going to happen to them. And that's what all of a sudden they're going to go, oh, yeah, they are out there.
Mm-hmm. And, I've said it before. It really... Growing up, I wasn't into the paranormal. I mean, you and I would go cruising. Yeah. We heard about the occult. We heard about the human sacrifice that was going on in Skagit County. That's as far as paranormal, I guess you could go back then. But getting to Stuttgart, Germany, where I was slapped in the face with spirits and other entity types, and 1994, where I, encountered my first abduction, not me personally, but abductee. When you're dealing with it head on and you're dealing with it face to face, it really changes your perception. And even, it wasn't until 2014 that I had my first Bigfoot encounter, and that was with the tree knocks. But prior to that, you could have told me there was a Bigfoot, and I would have been like, yeah, there probably is. Unlike the other, a lot of the skeptics would go, oh, hell no, there ain't no such thing as Bigfoot. Mm-hmm. That's where the difference is. Hmm. So when when you have the government that's coming out, and nobody believes the government anymore, and that's fine, they'll have their own reasons. I get that, but do you think it's going to take an attack or an alien to come into their yard? You've even got the ones that there's an alien in their face, and they're going to go, that's just a demon. It's not. There's no such thing as aliens.
Okay, so with certain people, you can show them everything. You can hand it to them. Mm-hmm. You can tell a person, this is a rock. Put the rock in their hand, have them look at the rock, and they'll still tell you it's a piece of cake.
Mm-hmm. You can take a horse to water, you can't make them drink.
Yes, exactly. So I believe that for some of these people, even if aliens were to come, land on Earth, and come up to you and shake your hand, then they still wouldn't believe it.
So what do you think is the purpose of, if there is a race that's on their way here, and the government's getting us ready, do you think it's for an attack, or do you think it's to help the human race? Thoughts?
If aliens are coming here, I don't think they're going to attack us. I also do not think it's to help the human race. I think it's to help their race. Honestly, I believe that if aliens did come here, and they're doing the same damn thing that we are trying to do with Mars, is
colonize it.
Find a place that they can breathe in or they can whatever in and colonize it. And I think that it's going to end up being just another race that lives with us. I think that it's going to cause wars and it's going to cause all kinds of stuff because people don't want to share.
Well, not to mention, we've been talking for the last 3 hours, the human race is a very violent race. It's predestined. Mm-hmm. We're not going to be a race that they can get along with. I mean, we can't get along with our own humans on this planet.
Yeah.
Do you really think we can? We have one. We don't like other people because of the color of their skin. Do you really think we're going to get along with this race over here because they're green? No, let alone alien?
I think they've already, the aliens that would be coming in, I think they're already going to know where they want to be, what they want to do, and just come in and start doing what they need to. But I do think it's going to cause an uproar, possibly a war, because there's those that look at right now. I mean, somebody's going to go out and say, hey, yeah, they're just so-and-so. We can fight them. Well, that'll be the worst thing we could ever do.
What do you think we're going to shoot first and, ask questions later?
Well, I think it's going to be just like...
I think LA is proof of that.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I think it'll be just like when we colonize new areas. Mm-hmm. They're going to come in, and we are all going to end up 10 million years or however far in the future with different races and different cultures and different everything until we can either become a cultural melting pot with all of these different races and stuff, or we won't exist anymore. I mean,
it makes me wonder, because we've talked many different shows about the Galactic Federation, about whether you call them a Galactic Federation, the Council of Nine, the Council of Six, where do you think they fit?
Galactic Senate.
Huh?
Galactic Senate.
Do you think there is a Galactic Senate?
oh,
No,
no, I don't.
because that's taking our own government and giving them to another race, where we have no idea what form of government, if any, they have.
Right.
If there's any requirement for a form of government in the race.
Okay, so when we think about
There's a
everything,
possibility they have no governing body.
yeah,
Right.
we put everything in human
Human
thought.
terms.
Human terms, human
Yeah.
thought, human idealism. And the fact of the matter is whatever race this is, they might not be anything like us at all. They might not even be biological. They may be mechanical. They
Right.
may be some form of something we've never thought about before. They might be sea dwelling, and then they live in the sea, we live on the land, and we all get along. Who knows what they
Until they eat all the
are going to
fish.
be. Like, when we think about aliens, and we think about things from different planets, and different creatures, and stuff like that, we have way too much of a human understanding about the way that everything works.
Right.
And maybe they're nothing like us at all. Maybe they're just a giant blob.
But do you think humans can think outside the box enough to grasp that?
I don't think humans can think outside of the box enough to grasp other humans, let
Right.
alone another species.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think that we can. I don't think we have come far enough in our evolutionary path to be enlightened enough to accept something that's that different.
Do you think that's why they created a Space Force?
I think
No.
they created it for some reason of they've seen something out there that they want to present to the people in the U.S. that, hey, we got a Space Force, we will sort of protect that area, but it's not going to do any good.
No, and I agree with that. Because, when I first heard about a Space Force, my first thought was something like Starship Troopers. And that's not even fathomable. From the mundane perspective of what the Space Force is supposed to be, it was supposed to be a conglomeration of all the branches, TACSAT, tactical signal, satellite units, into one branch. And that didn't even really make sense.
I think it's a chess move.
Maybe.
Preemptive.
We've always talked about what pulls us out of economic collapse.
Mm-hmm.
War. No one wants to fight war at home anymore. In any way, shape, or form.
So are we taking war to space?
Space War!
I don't think we're the only one with the Space Force. We're just the only one who feels free to announce it.
Russia, China, North Korea.
They all have space programs.
Mm-hmm.
People from Galactica 12. Who knows?
Oh, your people are coming in?
The Croutonians.
Oh.
From the Caesar Galaxy.
Oh, wow.
Bunch of lettuce heads. God. Oh, man. I don't think we think of life in the right kind of perspective, honestly. I think that everything. We know that everything is alive. Like, not... Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that, like, plants are living things. We know that animals are living things. We know that we are. And we automatically put ourselves at the top of that food chain. Okay? And we say, we are superior. We, as humans, are the top of every food chain. We're the smartest. We're the most technologically advanced. All of this stuff.
Right.
But if you actually think about it, okay, then there's a lot of plants and a lot of trees and a lot of things like that that would be able to survive things that we never could.
Mm-hmm.
And are able to colonize areas that we never could.
Yeah.
And they have longer lifespans and everything else. So when we think about intelligent life, we think about our brains and the way that we function as intelligent life. We don't think about plants as being intelligent life because we don't see a brain in them. We don't see this or
But
that
it's
in
been
them.
proven that the experiments they've done that you can put music to plants and they thrive more than music, plants without music. So there is intelligence. We know Fae are another being that takes care of plants
But see,
and helps
look at
plants
it.
thrive.
Because they are so different from us, that there is no possibility of there being any form of intelligence there. That all they are is lumber. Well, are they though? How do we know that we're not hurting them? How do we know that there isn't some form of intelligence there? It's just totally and completely different than what we are. And that's the thing, is that we can't even look at our own world and see that there's different forms.
But we don't want to.
Well,
We're looking in space.
and at $8 a stick, they're kind of winning the war right now.
Right?
Hey.
Pointy sticks have gotten expensive. Oh.
But yeah, we can't even see past our own existence yet.
Right.
If another, what we would consider intelligent form came here, we would not be able to handle it, as far as not going to war with them, as not thinking of them as so different, as not separating it. Because that's what we do, is we separate ourselves from everything around us. What?
Well, with what you just said, I mean, we know you're an alien. We know we can handle you. You said an intelligent being.
You're hilarious.
All right, and on that note, folks, so next week is our roundtable, followed by our serial killer show, and then there's not going to be a show because it's Memorial Day weekend.
So what serial killer are you bringing to the house?
I haven't decided yet.
Just remember, you got like a week to break him out of jail.
I know it.
For-
Definitely Zodiac Killer is one of mine, and I haven't decided who the other one's going to be yet.
I'm doing the Night Stalker, and I'm also going to do A.J. Tones.
I'm not taking it that far. I'm not going to offer them any special services like that.
Oh. So yes, definitely. Again, Memorial Day weekend, we aren't doing a show. We will be camping. It will be a family event for us, and so listen to one of the old shows if you want. And remember our phone. So with that, y'all stay safe this week, and remember, keep your eyes to the skies.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on S-4, the official voice of Forest Moon Paranormal. You can contact S-4 through our website at www.s-4radio.com. or on Facebook. Make sure you give us a like on our page and join the Forest Moon Paranormal group. If you are interested in advertising, take a look at our packages and contact Cole or Eric at 1-360-999-2830. Again, thank you. And remember, keep your eyes to the sky.